I don't know how to fully explain it, but when you watch anime, listen, sometimes I cry.
The videos for anime are quite okay, except for one thing. They all, for just a little second, take a stab at American cartoons.
Anime fans, fuck you.
It's sad how most people will just view anime as childish cartoons when in reality it's most likely better than the stuff they are watching.
I eventually stopped watching, enjoying, and being a fan of anime because of the cringy cancerous fanbase.
Most people who hate anime have never watched anime.
I hate anime, always have. I've tried watching, but there is just something so deeply cringe about it. Feels so fake, and like it just could never exist. Nobody acts like that.
I guess I would say that in general Western shows like to be more grounded in reality, more nitty and gritty in general. Animes are less concerned with being realistic, and that lets them go outside the box, so to speak. Oh, and anime has original soundtracks that really get me going. Western shows have okay ones sometimes, but in general just play mainstream music.
Anime is cringe. The whole culture surrounding it is pathetic. Gigantic eyeballs and short skirts, Naruto running is the most unathletic looking running I've ever witnessed in my life. Cheesy writing. This shit's just awful. The typical anime fans are generally greasy neckbeards that haven't showered in a couple days and have stains all over their shirts. They have a strange affinity for Asian cultures to the point they wear Asian clothing. You can usually smell someone that's into anime from a couple yards away. Disgusting. Use soap and water and clip your nails. It's not hard. Peace.
Who shoved a Rasengan up your ass?
The Naruto run would actually decrease air resistance and be more aerodynamic if moving at superhuman speeds. Also, you're generalizing an entire population based on a very small minority of that population. There are disgusting people in every fanbase. Doesn't mean the whole fanbase is like that. This is a basic mentality that fuels things like racism. Irrational generalization of a whole people by only looking at a small percent of those people.
I hate how almost all anime has haha that girls aren't perfect jokes, or there is a perfect girl that falls in love with the useless protagonist guy. Like in Attack on Titan in the first or second episode it introduces a female character with a haha she likes food joke. It's not funny, at all. Or in Death Note where this random girl falls completely in love with the shut-in protagonist. Every time I watch an anime it just feels like a fantasy world for some lonely fat-ass weeboo that can't talk to girls. Women in anime are either overly friendly to the protagonist and doesn't understand anything sexual so the show can make jokes about their bouncing boobs, or they are total assholes that everyone hates. Here's basically 70% of anime, a young guy that's slightly smarter than average people, to make it relatable for all the dumbasses watching thinking they are above average, and at least one female that loves the dude uncontrollably go on an adventure that shows that the generic guy that the audience are supposed to imagine themselves as gets cool powers, shows off his intelligence, shocking all the women who thought he was an idiot, to give their audience hope that their crush will actually find out they exist. And end with the guy getting any girl he wants because it's exactly what the viewer wants most in life. If you for some reason read this shitty comment and think that anime fans aren't the worst kind of people in existence, there is oceans of proof. For example, 4chan was originally an anime discussion forum. Lolly exists. And worst of all, that Studio Ghibli guy, don't remember his name, criticized modern anime once and people just turned on him, calling him an old nerd that plays with toy planes even though he's the creator of the only great anime in existence. I remember a Twitch streamer talking about an anime where people fight with magic and when they lose their clothes are destroyed. Like that doesn't sound like a good show, it's just softcore porn. Anime fans act like it's all irony, but it's so obvious that it isn't, that it's just fucking sad.
Oh my god! That's disgusting! Naked pics online? Where? Where did he post them?
I agree that it's insanely sexualized and borderline pedophilic, but there are good anime movies / shows out there that don't lean on gross tropes to get their stories across. Honestly, the fans are the worst part of the genre, not everyone who likes anime, but, like the kids going around wearing a head holidays and shit. Can we please stop generalizing an entire media of animation based on the handful of ecchi anime that only gets notorious because of this generalization? Not all anime is of the harem or ecchi variety, and those only get to be so notable because of the controversy around them. You've got stuff like the movies made by Hosoda and Miyazaki, an anime like Full Metal Alchemist, the Gundam series, Ghost in the Shell, and a lot of good lesser-known original video animations that don't qualify as full series, but are just as good, like FLCL, which despite its content being a bit more on the adult side is a bizarre yet good coming-of-age story that has some impressive as style choices. As for dubs, you've got good odds those will be okay, but some of the original Japanese can be grating, I'll give you that. My point is that there's a wealth of good anime that's consistently overshadowed by the more questionable ones, and generalizing helps no one.
It's gotten so dusty in here.
Can anime stop with fan service? I'm so sick and goddamn tired of this. I do not want to look at anime titties while I'm watching an anime. If I wanted to see anime titties, I would have looked them up, but right now, I'm not in the mood. Now I can never watch anime on the TV because I'm afraid that my parents are gonna walk in as soon as some anime chick is taking a bath with half her boob showing or something. I find it far more obvious and distracting in anime, mostly because of the skeevy camera angles that anime directors use. It's one thing to have girls in bikinis, it's another to have a shot lingering up a fully clothed schoolgirl's skirt, even as she's talking, implying to me that what she's saying is irrelevant to the story. Basically, many ecchi anime directors often use a type of viewpoint that would be considered a criminal act of voyeurism if you were to see it in real life. That for me is where I draw the line.
Anime titties greater than your girlfriend.
Yeah, I dislike fan service and sexual stuff in my anime. I agree in that it is perplexing in how people jerk off to a few frames of panty shots or bouncing boobs. This is why I only jerk off to wholesome anime with fully clothed girls.
I'm sick of the hate anime gets for fanservice that Game of Thrones and other mature live-action shows don't get. I personally don't care for fanservice when it's put in awkward times where the scene is supposed to be serious, or if the chick isn't a fully developed character aside from being sexy, or when the angles and shots are unnecessary. With that being said, the whole bias is BS. How is this any different from Game of Thrones or other mature shows like Mr. Robot? There's a lot of nudity and explicit sex scenes.
Put bluntly, the problem with anime series is the direct opposite of a Western series. The idea behind the creation is amongst the coolest f***ing things ever. Like holy shit, when I heard the description of Fate/Zero I almost came in my pants. How cool is that idea? But the execution leaves something to be desired. No. It leaves me feeling dry because I feel like I just got blue balls. The story is often paced awkwardly, with some things taking ages to progress and others taking mere seconds. The exposition, got the f***ing exposition. It seems like the stuff that needs explanation doesn't get explained, yet the f***ing shit that's blatantly obvious gets a 3-minute inner monologue. Attack on Titan and Fate Zero have this issue. For example,
Aaron, would you like a slice of pie?
Why would Mikasa ask me this? Does she doubt my ability to eat an entire slice myself? Do I even trust myself to finish what I start? Last week Armin nearly choked to death eating pie. Can I afford to take the risk? What would it mean to my friends? What if others follow my example and choke on their pie?
Aaron? I said, would you like a slice of pie?
Wait. Remember what Captain Levi said about pie?
Aaron, you're a stubborn little shit who's going to do whatever you want. Eat your pie or don't, I'm far too cool to care.
Aaron, for the love of God, would you like a slice of pie?
I.
The issues with pacing, exposition and monologue stem from the fact that a majority of anime are adaptations of non-animated mediums, visual novels, which are basically digitized books, manga, Japanese comics, and light novels, book series with short-length volumes. Most animation studios are very faithful to the source material and, for a lack of a better word, inherit much of the exposition and monologue that books in general tend to accumulate. This is certainly the case for Fate/Zero, which is an adaptation of light novel. The visual novel Fate/Stay Night takes over 50 hours to read through on average, and since the ends are in the first-person point of view, the studio had to include much of the monologue.
Anime is for losers. All the people I know who watch anime really suck at life. And they all complain about being nice guys. What a bunch of losers. They should just all grow up. A lot of them are fat too. Parents shouldn't let their kids watch anime for the sake of being themselves. That anime shit.
Never mind. God, talking to you makes me feel like I'm on my period.
Bro, please subscribe, bro. Trust me, bro. Please, I'm begging you, bro. Trust me, it'll be cool. Bro, we'll upload a bunch of good funny content, bro. Trust me, please, bro. Like and subscribe and share and retweet and subscribe, please, bro.